Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I had some technical difficulties with my computer. So, how are you guys doing, and how's your weight loss challenge going? I'll wait for you guys to some more people to come in, but I'll tell you what's going on with me. Currently, I am down like 12 pounds. Yay. My goal is to ultimately lose about 20 more pounds. And then, of course, I'll show you, kind of what I look like at the end of the weight loss challenge. So talk to me and tell me how it's going with you guys. Like, are you on task? Tell me what issues you're having, preventing you from getting on task. I'm going to kind of answer or talk about some of the responses I got in the community tab when I put up questions as to how you're doing and what can I assist. So I'm going to respond to some of that while people are coming in. And hopefully, you guys can hear me and everything's going well. So let me know if you can hear me, if there's any difficulty, considering I had difficulty earlier today. So let me know how it's going and if you can hear me and what questions that you have. Okay, I'm not seeing the chat. So let's see. Hopefully it's something I didn't mess up on. Let's see. Okay, great. You guys can hear me. So now I'm seeing the chats. Okay, so first of all, kudos to Denise Williamson for losing 13 pounds. We were kind of going neck and neck. Good for you. You said you have about 15, 20 more to go. So we're kind of in the same area in reference to weight loss and what we need to do next. So good morning. You guys are starting to come on in. So let me know what's going on. I can talk to you like forever about weight loss, but I need to know what issues you're having in reference to your next steps. So one of the questions or one of the statements I got in the chat is it's really hot outside and you're struggling to get to the track and I guess to walk, run or whatever. So let me give you an alternative, and it works just as well. It might be a little boring, but it works just as well, is that you can do exercises in the house. Like you can walk in place, run in place, whatever in the house. I used to do that a long time ago when I did not have access to the gym, and I cannot stand working out in the heat. Actually, even in the house, when I'm working out, I'll have almost 2 fans on me. So there's a way of burning calories without having to go outside. It might not be as fun, but you can go out, you can burn calories without having to step outside to do it. For me, I used to just kind of turn on the TV, and to be able to work out, just to kind of watch a TV show, and I'd have like my heart monitor on. I would burn just as many calories as if I were outside. It just seems like it goes faster to me when you're outside, but you do what you got to do to get to where you need to go. I'm trying to satisfy sweet cravings without eating junk food. So one of the questions, what is it? Atomic Bill. I think that's Automatic Bill. I really can't see that. But anyway, one of the statements was you're trying to satisfy your sweet cravings without eating junk food. So I'm going to tell you that's going to be hard in reference to sweets. The only way I know to do that is to just go cold turkey, because if you allow yourself, and that's cold turkey on like carbs that bring up your sugar levels, fruits, things of that nature, you're going to almost have to go cold turkey to deal with that, because it's hard. Most people are addicted to sugar. And again, it's not just like sugar, like ice cream or things of that nature. It's carbs that turn into sugar. That's how most people get big. I know that's how I gain weight, is from eating an excess of carbs or an excess of sugar. The only way I know that works for me is literally to go cold turkey. That's why I was just doing the protein, because that's the only thing that stops it for me. My body doesn't work really well to gradually wean off sugar. That doesn't work for me. I don't want to be hungry, the whole 12 weeks. I want to hit it hard, get it over with, and then I can maintain pretty good. So that's one of the best ways I know. But what I will say is, when you're trying to, in reference to junk food, find some things that you like that are healthier options. And again, dieting is not easy. So you're going to have some challenges in reference to the sweets. I will tell you, for me, there's a place, I'm in Texas. I don't know if you guys know Buc-ee's, but I know it's like a gas station that has just all kinds of food there. But anyway, they have the best beef jerky. So, which is, you can do it, and that's very healthy. I go there and get beef jerky, and I almost feel like I got a little snack, a little treat, but it's still healthy and it's still protein. Where I'm not going for just the junkier foods. It's a healthier version. It's without all the processed foods, because they actually are processed chemicals, because they actually make it in store. So, or they're let me say, they actually deal with somebody that makes it and then they freeze it. So it's really healthier alternative than going for junk. Eating pickles whenever pickles work, as far as sweet. I personally don't like pickles, but I know they work as far as sweet cravings. Just in reference to when you try to get an alternative, same thing with beef jerky. Just watch your sodium intake. If you have a problem with high blood pressure, that might be an issue. So maybe you get something with lower sodium. But that, whatever works, go for it. For me, it was again, if beef jerky, I can do salads. Things of that nature, because I actually like salads. So that actually works for me. So you got to find some kind of alternative that'll help you maintain. What about skinny popcorn? Skinny popcorn is good. I actually love popcorn. Skinny popcorn is great. And again, just make sure that it depends on whether you're on, like I said, a weight loss journey or a fat loss journey. And ultimately you're losing weight in both. I'm more on the fat loss because I'm more for the aesthetics. But if you're just trying to lose weight, and to be real honest, when I'm on a weight loss journey, I be happy when the scale moves, even if I'm just losing plasma. I just happy when the scale moves. So skinny popcorn works, but everything in moderation. You can overeat with that as well, but it does work. It's actually a good alternative. I made homemade oatmeal bars in the past. Made them incorrect. I'm supposed to cook oats and leave them raw. As far as the oatmeal bars, I have not made oatmeal bars, so I can't tell you if you should cook them or leave them raw. But what I can tell you is oatmeal itself is excellent in reference to dieting, because what oatmeal does is, first of all, it digests slowly. It gives you a feeling that you're full longer, and it has an amazing amount of fiber in it that keeps everything moving. So oatmeal is amazing. So when I get off this whole protein kind of thing, I'm gonna go back to my oatmeal, because I actually love oatmeal. So oatmeal is great. I really don't know in reference to the bars, because I've never had them, but I do eat, not right now, but I used to eat oatmeal in the mornings for breakfast. And even when I was competing, I think I mentioned that before, I used to compete, oatmeal would be on my my meal plan for breakfast, because it does keep you full longer. Okay, I used to boost my energy levels. As far as energy, what I can tell you, first of all, you do need to make sure that if you're cutting out any large amounts of anything, that you have plenty of supplements like multivitamins, things of that nature. It is really hard when you're exhausted, especially when you've cut out carbs, because your body's going to be exhausted. So it's really hard to get that energy level back. The best thing I can tell you is you're going to have to just push through as hard as it is. Now you can drink like coffee, that gives you like that caffeine rush. There are pre-workout drinks if you're trying to do some workout prior to, or you need some energy prior to a workout. So for me, I do a pre-workout drink every morning before I work out, because I'm so low on carbs. I need something, and I wake up so early to work out. I need something to give me that energy. So that might help sustain you. But coffee is also great. Just make sure you watch the caffeine, because it might make you a little jittery until your body gets used to being low on carbs. So what I can tell you is once you get over that hump, and it's a hump you're going to have to get over, your body will start adjusting to using your fat for energy, and that feeling will go away. But it takes a minute. So it's not a quick process, but you can get there. Okay. Okay, so those are all the questions I see right now. So in reference to, like I said, while you're having more questions, let me talk about this. In reference to working out, you can work out at your house. And again, remember that when you're trying, workouts boost your you burning carbs or burning calories. Workouts boost that. The big thing is the diet. So absolutely, I still say workout, yes, because you want to boost that. Nobody wants to lose half a pound a week. That takes forever, because it's, but again, you want to kind of make it a little bit faster, because it's easier to sustain when you see the steady weight loss dropping. But the bigger thing is the diet. If you can handle the diet, you can walk in place at the house and you would be fine. So you don't have to do all that extra stuff to lose the weight, but you have to handle the diet. So to me, the workout is the easier part of it, even though some people struggle with that. But again, when I have gained weight, I've gained weight while I was working out. So I know workout by itself does not do it. You really have to deal with the diet part of it. Okay, so I always work out on an empty stomach, which is cool. Eating and drinking before I work out. Okay, so for me, because I always work out on an empty stomach as well. So I guess it depends upon what your body can adjust to, right? So for me, the way I do it is I try to eat or stop eating several hours. Right now I'm doing protein, but several hours before bed. So all that, whatever I'm eating right now, just protein, going to protein and veggies, my body will absorb before I go to bed. So in the mornings when I get up and work out, literally my body, I've absorbed everything I've eaten the day before. So what I'm burning for that workout at that period of time, it's pretty much stored fats on my body. So for me, working out in the morning works. For some people, working out in the evening works. So it really does depend upon what you're trying to do. I'm trying to get straight to the fat. Like I'm, not past go. Let's knock this fat out. That's what I'm trying to do. But, some people don't. It's harder for them to work out in the morning. So I can't say one is better than the other. But I can say when I used to compete, my coach used to always tell me work out, on an empty stomach so you can burn the excess fat first. And that's before you get a chance to replenish your body with other substances during the daytime. However, always remember that it takes 3,500 calorie deficit to lose a pound. So whether you're working out in the mornings or in the evenings after you eat, the numbers are still the same. So it really does depend upon what works for you. Okay. Cool thing to eat or drink before I work out. In reference to drinking before I work out, again, I do my pre-workouts because that gives me energy. To be real honest, I've never not been tired before a workout. I need that little extra energy, especially when I'm low carbs. So I do a pre-workout drink to kind of help with that. And it gives me that little boost of energy. Go make you a little jittery, kind of like coffee would. But it gives me that boost of energy to actually burn those calories during that workout. Okay, I started trying to move throughout the day, but I've noticed the ankles started to swell. Eating a lot of salt. What's going on? Swelling decreases after elevation. So in reference to you notice your ankles are starting to swell, and you notice a decrease in your ankle swelling once your legs are elevated. To me, that sounds like, and again, I'm not a doctor, I would say see a doctor about that. That sounds like more of a circulation issue than anything else. If you're walking and your ankles start to swell, but you can sit down and you put your legs up and then the swelling goes down, to me, that sounds like more of a circulation issue than it has anything to do with necessarily diet. So I would err on the side of caution and see a doctor and talk to them about that first. Absolutely, if make sure you're watching your sugar intakes and things of that nature, but it sounds more like a circulation issue to me. So talk to somebody in reference to a doctor just to tell them what's going on, because just walking around and your ankles start swelling should have nothing to do with healthy eating and exercise. Okay. California typically lose inches even though the scale has stopped going down. Okay, so let me tell you about the losing inches and the scales not going down. For the most part, I usually wear a size 4-6, unless I've had a bad eating month or or something has happened when I actually gained weight during COVID or whatever. However, I will actually probably weigh more than most women that weigh a size 4 or 6 because I hold on to muscle. And I've said that several times that I really try to deal with the fat and hold on to muscle. So here's what happens. Like muscle is tighter. So first of all, y'all know a pound is a pound is a pound. And I've heard tons of people say, well, fat weighs more than muscle weighs more than fat. Something of that nature I've heard people say, and all of it's wrong. A pound is a pound. A pound of cotton is the same as a pound of fat. It is exactly a pound, if you understand what I'm saying. But the look and the aesthetics are different. So if you're a size, let's say 6, and you are mostly muscle and it's really, really tight, right? Because it's dense in muscle, I will weigh more on the scale. So for me, I use the scale to make sure that I'm actually losing, weight. But my biggest measure of when I'm losing weight is when I'm in my clothes. So when I used to compete way back then, when I would wear like a size 0, or size 2, which is little. I know people look big when you see them on pictures, but they're really not that big. Most of that is just muscle. But on the scale, I mean, you would think if I was that small, I would be really light, and not like I was heavy. I was light, but I was not light as the normal person that would weigh that size. Like I would be on the scale weighing like 125. Now you might be like, oh, that's not a lot of weight, and it's not. But if I'm wearing a 0, I would think I'm close to 100, saying, or close to 110. The look is different. So if you're at a place where you're losing inches still, but the scale is not moving, just keep going, but you're actually burning some fat. So that actually happens to me a lot. Like I could get smaller and smaller, scale not move, but I'm dropping 3 or 4 sizes. Then I know I'm going at the fat, right? Eventually the scale will drop. But that's ultimately what happens when you say, when you're truly going down in size, but the scale is not moving. You're actually moving, cutting down on some fat, but you're actually, you're holding on to that muscle. And also remember that the body at different times, that's why the best time to weigh yourself is the same time, I'd say once a week, the same time in the mornings, after you wake up, after you use the restroom, whatever. That's the best way to weigh yourself as opposed to daily, because the body can hold on to water today and you will be a little heavier, as opposed to right after you use the restroom or whatever, you might be a little lighter. So it's a good gauge in reference to weight loss. Okay. Mm-hmm. As far as the drinking water and retaining fluids, you're absolutely right. When you do need to drink more water in reference to swelling, but if you're walking around and the swelling starts when you're walking, it's different. Because if you're just need more, if you have more salts in your system, you would have that same swelling whether you're sitting down or walking. But when your swelling starts is when you start walking, when you actually start the circulation, then there's something else there. Absolutely, water helps with swelling. Absolutely. But if the only time you're really experiencing that extra swelling is when you're walking, it's some kind of circulation issue there. Because swelling will happen when you sit down if it's just, I'm having too much salt, or, my body's holding on to too much sodium. That will happen sitting down or standing up. When the only time you're feeling that swelling is when you're walking around, there's something else there. But absolutely, you can try more water. I'd still say go to the doctor to get it checked out to make sure, because just that inconsistency in reference to the swelling only when walking, but when elevated, you have no swelling. That's a little bit different. Okay, I gotta get my husband on board, and as I'm losing weight, he eats lots of junk food and has a hard time sometimes. Okay, so as far as getting your husband on board, good luck with that. But no, I will say this: my husband, he does not have the same weight issues that I have, and to be honest, he really does eat a little bit healthier than I do when it's time to eat. Now I can go on like no carbs, low carbs, and he's different because he didn't have those same issues. But I kept talking to him in reference to going to the gym, because I thought it was really cool that when wives and husbands go to the gym together, I thought that was really cute. So he finally, when we moved to Austin, started going to the gym with me. But that was the constant conversation and our bonding moment. So what actually happened was when he started going and working out with me in the gym, when we were going to the gym, it was just a really cute bonding moment for us. So I would say, in reference to talking to your husband, in reference to the weight loss, I would just tell, when you have junk foods around the house, they are tempting. They're extra temptation. So like I said, I don't buy food I can't eat because it's too hard. I'm not good with temptation when it's in the house. I can pass it when it's in the store. So I would talk to your husband about what happens when when there's extra junk food in the house, or buy the food that he likes, just not the food that you are as crazy about, and just have that honest conversation. Sometimes it takes a courageous conversation to say, you know what, I'm trying to do this. We're trying to, look good for each other, keep the marriage a little hot. So let's talk about how we can kind of support each other, and not necessarily put him on a diet if he feels like he's not there, but maybe have the conversation that what happens when you bring a lot of junk food in the house, or the temptations happen, and how it affects you on your journey. And maybe he will see it a little differently. Like, okay, so maybe not, let's not bring as much junk into the house, but I'm not there yet, but I'll help you with yours while he's trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that helps, but it really does take honest conversation. And sometimes that's hard, especially when you think that he needs to be on this journey with you, and as far as my husband, when he would go, I didn't think he needed to necessarily go to the gym with me. I just wanted him there, right? I wanted to do do those exercises or weights, together. So he heard that and he started doing it. So maybe just having that honest conversation with your husband about your weight loss journey, and kind of how the support you'd like to have and how you like to support him, because he might have some different desires as well. Okay. Hi, Josephine. Good to hear from you too. You have time. Okay, so Josephine, in reference to, do I have certain times to cut off eating? So and just drink water. I would suggest at 2 hours before you go to bed to stop eating. For me, ideally maybe 6 o'clock. Not saying I go to bed at 8, but ideally maybe 6 o'clock. But I would suggest a good parameter is maybe 2 hours before, because what you actually want is your body to start digesting or finish digesting whatever it is you're taking in. And I would also suggest, if you've got carbs in your diet, and I'm not saying go on a no carb diet at all. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're going to have carbs in your diet, eat the carbs earlier in the daytime, and make the make the meal in the evenings more of a protein veggie kind of meal, and have your carbs maybe for breakfast if you have carbs in your diet, or for lunch. Give your body a chance to process all that before the evening time, and then make the evening meal a little bit different. So right before you go to bed, your body has time to process all of that. So that's a good rule of thumb, because what you don't want to do, when you sleep, your body pretty much shuts down to a point, or goes really slow, not shuts down, but all that food, let's say if you've eaten late or whatever, that's when the body kind of that food sits on you, and it doesn't have a chance to process necessarily when you're asleep. Perfect example, and I know this well, me with my wine. And again, I bet y'all saying, oh, she talks about wine a lot, but that was my weakness. It tastes like sugar. But the thing is, I would drink it right before I go to bed, like a glass of wine, watching a movie or something of that nature. That is when I have ever gained my weight. That's the period. It's not the eating. It's not, it is the drinking right before I go to sleep. Waking up, of course, I do, I work out or whatever, but my body has not had a chance to process that. So a good rule of thumb is a couple of hours before you go to sleep. Okay. How do you lose belly fat? Okay. Unfortunately, you can't target belly fat. What you can do is focus on just the fat loss. So I don't know if y'all seen my picture. When I recovered from COVID and then really got back healthy again, my belly was huge. And the way I dealt with that belly is to target the fat. You can't target just the belly. It does not work. You're going to have to target your body fat. And when you target your body fat, that's when the belly and, fat all around your body will go down. So that is actually what I do to deal with the issues of belly fat. You just cannot focus on the belly fat. So I will say that if you go on low carbs, if you make your body use your actual fat for energy, that's how that belly fat will go down. But that's not an easy diet either, nor do I think it's long-term sustainable. You'll ultimately have to kind of wean yourself to different kind of diets later. But for the interim, for the short term, especially for me with this 12-week challenge, I literally just go for the fat. Like I'm just, I want it ripped off. I want it off. I don't like it. I think it's really easy to look really nice in clothes, right? Because you can kind of strap stuff up, put the little gadgets on, and you can't see it. I like to look good in like workout clothes or look good naked or whatever. So that's why I target the body fat the way I do. But in reference to belly fat, it doesn't matter what people tell you, you're going to have to deal with the overall fat for the belly fat to come down. Okay. It's not fun, but it is what it is. Yeah. And you're right, Queen of the South. I love that name, by the way. You can't spot reduce. And people get frustrated. That's why when somebody asked me, I think the last live about their arms or whatever, I'm not being funny because I've been there, done that, got the card. You can't spot reduce. You have to deal with the overall fat. So that's why when people, I see, let's say commercials, when they say, lose that belly fat or whatever the situation is, what they're not saying is you're going to have to deal with all the fat. And you can't pick a spot that will reduce quicker. Now, what you can do when people say, as far as belly fat, they think like crunches and sit-ups will help. Now, it'll tone up the muscle, but if you have a layer of fat in front of it, you literally will not see all of that toneness. So again, if you deal with the fat overall, if you do, exercise and you deal with the diet, the belly will come down. I just do it more aggressively and just kind of keep carbs out of my diet when I'm just focused on that, simply because I know I will force my body to use my fat for energy. Okay. Let's see. I think I've answered them all. So do you guys have anything else for me? What I don't want to do is just keep you on the phone talking about, how to get rid of the fat. But again, good morning, Carolyn. So again, I just want you to, first of all, prep your food, and you don't have to do major prepping. Like you don't have to have like these big meals. I cook big meals because I like variety. But you can prep your food. Ideally for me, I prep it on Sunday. So I prep, let's say 2-3 meals on Sunday, and then I have a variety of food to eat throughout the week, but it's healthy. So prep it however prepping looks for you. Prep your food so you have food handy. Start off your day with foods that are like higher protein, or if you do carbs, do like an oatmeal. I talked earlier about the fact that oatmeal is slow digesting and it'll keep you fuller throughout the day. So you can either do high protein, do like oatmeal, something that will keep you sustained throughout the day so you won't ruin your whole day. One of the things that happens when you start off a real sugary breakfast is your day's almost blown because your insulin levels are so high that you're going to want more sugary or carb like food. So you need to make sure that you try to do things that are high protein or slow digesting carbs throughout the day. Preferably try to do your workouts. For me, it's in the mornings. If evenings work for you, that's fine. But try to make sure that you have kind of dealt with kind of good substance to give you energy. If you don't have energy, I do a pre-workout drink that works out for me. But you can do, there's coffee, there's other things you can do to kind of give you energy, because for a while you will be low on energy, especially when you're dropping carbs. It's just like no way around that. I'm so glad that you are lifting weights. So you guys, I can't, and a lot of you are mature women. I'm not going to say older women, mature women like me. It is so important to pick up some weight. Like it has such an effect on the body. I don't want to be here, even though I talk about cardio and things of that nature, to be the person that's saying be the cardio queen, because I'm not. What I'm saying is, yes, you need to get your heart rate up, but then pick up some weights. You can buy 5-10 pound weights, at the store if you can't go to the gym. If you want ideas on how to lift or different exercises, I have I might put it somewhere in here. I do have a demonstration of me doing certain exercises, but of course I have weights at home, but we can walk through on how to do certain exercises, but weights is so important because it allows your body to also burn extra calories when it's at rest. You can't work out all day. You just can't. You can do your workout and you want your body to still be burning calories when you stopped. Weights is the best way to do that. It absolutely is. Like a cardio, you do your cardio, pretty much you stop, you back to your regular heart rate. Okay. Weights, once you picked up some weights, your heart rate will stay a little bit higher, a little bit longer. You'll burn more calories. You'll use more energy. Ultimately, you're getting smaller. That's one of the reasons I can drop weight quick, because I do carry a lot of muscle on my body for a woman. So when I focus on my diet, I can drop weight quick. Where to the point where somebody saw an Instagram picture of me and they were so surprised that I went from that to this. I carry muscle, so it's easier to drop fat. So that's just a suggestion, and it doesn't matter how heavy you lift, you will not look like a man, trust me. Okay, so oatmeal leaves me hungry an hour later. Any suggestions to add oatmeal to keep satisfied long before lunch? So oatmeal leaves you hungry an hour later. Okay, so I'm gonna say, what are you putting in your oatmeal? Like, are you using plain oatmeal? Are you putting sugar in your oatmeal? Because oatmeal is a really slow digesting carb. One that you can put sugar additives, and I'm not saying sugar. If you're putting sugar in your oatmeal, then yes, you're going to have that same problem. So I need to kind of know how you're making your oatmeal to kind of give you suggestions in reference to what to put in it. But I don't know if there's a sugar it's called monk fruit. It is the best sugar kind of substitute. It's very healthy. It's actually expensive. I might go pick up my bag real quick so y'all can see it. But you can put that in oatmeal. It does not raise your insulin levels. So when you eat oatmeal, you could still have kind of that sweet taste, but it's not that you're not raising your insulin levels, so you're not immediately hungry again. So if you look up monk fruit, that is a really great sugar substitute. Again, it's very healthy. I think it's really expensive because I can buy a bag, like let's say, like a little bitty bag, and I'm gonna have to pull it in a second. But I can buy a little bitty bag of monk fruit, and that's like $9, To me, that's expensive when you can buy a whole thing of sugar for $9-10. So, but it works. You need less of it, and it actually tastes like sugar. And it is actually a natural derivative, so it's not like any chemicals are in it. But it's just food for thought if you want to put something in there. But it's very few things oatmeal is one of those things that usually keep you sustained, but everybody's body is different too. So if oatmeal does not do it, try protein. Try protein, try cheese, try avocados. There's other things you can kind of put in your breakfast. For me, if I'm just doing a protein breakfast, it might be half an avocado, some bacon, and some egg. And literally that is it. I love it. It keeps me full. So oatmeal does not do it. That's just kind of food for thought. But yes, it's called monk fruit. So hold on one second, you guys. Okay, so I had to go in my cabinet real quick because I got to show you this stuff. It is amazing, but it's hard to find. Here's the package. I don't know if y'all see that. So here it is. You see it? Okay, so it's monk fruit. This is monk fruit blend. This little thing, and it's little. It has lasted me forever, and it costs about $10. However, it tastes just like sugar. It is a very natural, healthy blend. You can find it. Where did I find it? I think Walmart might sell it, but that was kind of questionable. But you can find it certain places in reference to health stores. I would just kind of Google it. It is amazing. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later. If you a person that has to taste like you're eating sweets, this is it. Now again, it's not cheap, but this has lasted me a really long time too. And you only need a little bit of it, but it's amazing. So try that out. You can put that on certain things if you feel like you need something sweet. And trust me, because I like sugar, I feel like I need something sweet. Sometimes I have to go get the monk fruit and put it on there. So it's really great, and it's really a healthy alternative. Okay, so not sugar in the packets. Yeah, when you absolutely need to buy like the actual oatmeal, not the packets. Because when you buy those packets, and I love those packets, it is just full of sugar. So you need to buy the actual oatmeal when you eat oatmeal, and don't buy the packets first. Okay. Okay, so anything else, you guys? And again, I want to do whatever I can to support you. I don't want to, prolong the lives, but I want to do anything I can to support you in your weight loss journey. If you have fallen off, again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Get back up. What you waiting on? Because I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to get naked with me, but when you see me naked, you know, Instagram, just keep your, you know, keep your comments to yourself, because you know I done got hot and I've been hungry a minute. So I am really wanting to get you guys there, because what I will say is that when you are healthy, you just feel better. You look better, you feel better. I'll tell you, y'all see this old lady coming up in here? I'm about to get that diet out today, because you know I'm losing my weight. I can't have an old lady creeping up on me because she's not letting me be great. So I'm about to get that going. So next time y'all see me on a video, it's gone. Don't ask the question. But anyway, that's kind of all I have. You know, if you have any questions, again, for the next live, just if you can hit me with questions, I can talk about them. I just don't want to, you know, I can talk about it in detail in reference to what you need to do. What I'm saying is that you are not in this by yourself. If you have fallen, everybody falls. Get back up. Let's get going so we can do what we need to do. Just make sure, set yourself up for success. Make sure that you have that your foods prepped, that you have plenty of food handy. I had a friend that used to walk around with, I personally don't like boiled eggs to this degree, but she would walk around, she'd like boiled eggs and just walk around and, you know, eat those as a, you know, if she had any cravings or whatever, that would help her on her journey, help her not go for the junk and the potato chips and all that other stuff. So find out what works for you. For me, it would be just those beef jerkies, because to me that's like a treat too. So you know, I find, or the skinny popcorn. Somebody mentioned skinny popcorn. Just make sure when you do skinny popcorn, depending upon how many carbs it is, just kind of watch how you do it. So to me, it's easier to eat protein constantly than something with carbs, because I'll overeat it. That's just how it is. And I actually love skinny popcorn, so I'm not knocking it. I just know I would overeat it for what I'm trying to do right now. Now, when I get off this, you know, fat journey or fat loss journey, then yeah, I'll go back to the skinny popcorn or whatever is needed. Okay. Morning workout video soon. Okay. So you know what? I was thinking about it, doing a morning workout video. We can do a workout with you. I was thinking about doing a morning workout video. So let me see how I can work that out. The only issue with doing a morning workout video is because I wake up so early. My husband is asleep, and I woke him up talking, and you know he's still in the bed sleeping and talked about he needs 8 hours. So let me see how I can do that. Maybe I'll just go to the gym. Let me figure out how to do that. I don't know if I can do a live on that. And probably not, because I would have to talk, you know, so he'd end up hearing me. But maybe I'll do a video, you know, kind of what I do in the mornings as far as the workout. Maybe I can do that for you. But I do want to be able to give you some suggestions. I would love to do a live workout video. I just got to figure out how to get that handled without, you know, and keep my marriage together. So let me figure out how to work that out. But I will definitely do a exercise video for you. But I do have some already on the channel, and because my exercises are pretty much the same. They really don't deviate very much. But I can, you know, help you if there's some area specifically you have problems with. I definitely can do an exercise or show you an exercise that can work with that you can do at home. Because again, I'm working from home now, so working out at home now. So I can show you, you know, at home exercise. All right, you guys. So that is all I have for this live. If you have any questions after this, please let me know. Definitely give me all your questions so I can have something, you know, to talk to you about. I don't want to keep you, you know, on the live, but something to talk to you about on the next live. And definitely in reference to exercises, let me figure out how I can make that work for you. But I absolutely do want to, because I do it every day. So for me, it's no problem getting the camera in front of me while I work out. It's just making sure that I don't wake my husband up while doing it if I'm going to do a live. So I have to see kind of how that works. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next live, and give me your questions. I'll talk to you then. Bye.